Hey, 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 hey. This is your girl, El Shaddai, with the news. I just wanted to bring out a video that I found that I find very interesting with everything that's going on with the Pope and trying to bring in this world religion and yada, yada, yada. I mean, the system is almost together. But they are stating that there is a interfaith complex that is being built in the Arab Emirates. I thought I'd play this for you. I want to know your thoughts on it. I think it's very important that we keep our eye on everything that's going on. Without further ado, I'm going to play this video.
Friends, we thought we'd seen it all, but we were wrong. The almost unbelievable is happening right now. Remember for a moment what I shared in my recent video where we looked at the fact that the Pope has invited leaders from around the world to the Vatican next May 2020 for a global event to educate the planet in politics, economics and spirituality. Well, if you watched that recent video of mine, you'll remember also I mentioned the fact that in February this year, the Pope paid a visit to Abu Dhabi in the Emirates where he signed a document relating to the acceptance of those of different faiths. Remember, he was signing this practically almost in the very heart of Islam, just very close to Saudi Arabia. Well, now it's just been revealed because of and following Pope Francis' visit to the Emirates, a major world-shaking event is about to be birthed, and that is because of his visit. It's a follow-up to his visit to the Emirates. Plans have been revealed for the construction now of an interfaith complex that will house a church, a synagogue, and a mosque right in the very heart of the United Arab Emirates as part of an effort to promote religious harmony and bridge adherents of the three Abrahamic religions. The complex is known as the Abrahamic Family House, and it will be located on Saadiyat Island near Abu Dhabi. The project, as I say, is a result of Roman Catholic Pope Francis' papal visit to Abu Dhabi in February, when he and the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar in Egypt signed a declaration establishing the Interfaith Higher Committee of Human Fraternity. The Abrahamic Family House is the first formal initiative of the Higher Committee of Human Fraternity. Remember that name because I think you're going to be hearing a lot about it in the days to come. Plans by British architect David Adjaye were revealed during the celebration of human fraternity at a New York City public library on September the 20th. In a statement, Adjaye declared that the Abrahamic Family House will be open to the world, and he expressed hope that it will serve as a space for people across society to learn and engage in a mission of peaceful coexistence for generations to come. Guys, this is something that is unprecedented, and I'm probably going to say that again. This has never been heard of before. Three faiths in an Arab Islamic country? A house for each faith in an Islamic nation? That's unheard of. Well, he said, "We hope we have set out a plan for a beautiful and thought-provoking space that celebrates the three faiths and stimulates dialogue and understanding at a critical time for the world." Now, according to Reuters, the synagogue that will be built as part of the interfaith complex will be the very first public Jewish house of worship in the United Arab Emirates, even though a small congregation of Jews already meet at a house for worship in Abu Dhabi. The Higher Committee member Rabbi M. Bruce Lustig of Washington Hebrew Congregation said in a statement that the new complex is an important opportunity for all who believe in the power of faith and humanity. Well, I believe in the power of God. Humanity is fallen. I haven't got any faith in humanity. I have faith in God. My faith is not in faith, but my faith is in the God who created all things. He went on to say, it will help build bridges between religious leaders and communities, as well as foster peace and harmony in an era that is often defined by differences. He said, I'm honoured to be such a part of an esteemed group working to champion love over hate, justice over injustice, and faith over fear. Last week's meeting in New York followed the inaugural meeting of the Higher Committee of Human Fraternity at the Vatican in Rome earlier this month. The committee consists of religious, educational and cultural leaders of different faith backgrounds from across the globe. Now, guys, remember again, since that meeting, the Pope has now called on all leaders of the world to be at the Vatican next year for what he calls a global event. In November 2018, Abu Dhabi Crown Prince and Deputy Supreme Commander of the United Arab Emirates Armed Forces Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan met with a group of conservative American evangelical leaders in Abu Dhabi. And a few days later, that same delegation of Christians met with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, it seems, is the main influence in the recent moves where there is a thawing of relations between Israel and Saudi Arabia. Bin Salman is the man to watch in the days ahead. He's planning to build a huge city that will encompass the area we believe is the Mountain of God, Mount Sinai, in Saudi Arabia. The city is going to be huge. I think it's 33 times the size of New York, and it will encompass Mount Sinai in Saudi Arabia. This is the prince's plan. And many believe the prince is also very involved in attempting to have Saudi Arabia oversee the Temple Mount and not Jordan and the Palestinians. Following the meeting with the Crown Prince, the evangelical delegation issued a statement which said, "We were encouraged by the candour of the 2-hour conversation with him today. We discussed his Vision 2030 plan for the region, Islam and Christianity. Without question," they said, "this is a season of tremendous change in the Middle East, and therefore we have been grateful for the opportunity to meet in person with key Arab leaders to understand their goals and to ask direct questions. We look forward to building upon these relationships and continuing the dialogue." The visit in Saudi Arabia follows similar meetings the delegation had with leaders in Egypt, Jordan, and the United Arab Emirates. Well, I looked at the Saudi 2030 vision, and basically it has to do with economics, less reliability on oil, more trade with the rest of the world, education, and increasing the tourist trade. And I read just a few hours ago, Saudi Arabia has now begun to issue visas for tourists. I wonder if one of the tours includes a visit to Mount Sinai in Arabia. But guess what else I found about the 2030 vision? It isn't just a Saudi Arabian vision. 2030 is global. It's a global vision to bring in a better world for all of us by 2030. Now, why everyone is choosing 2030 is something for you and my homework to do. I'll leave some links below. You know, things are now moving so fast, folks. It makes our heads spin, doesn't it? Whether things will slow down or continue at this frenetic, prophetic pace remains to be seen.
Alright guys, you know you have to use discernment when people are getting into biblical prophecies, but I thought that was interesting to hear about, and definitely read your Bibles and remember the truth. I do think we are living in those end times. I just thought it was interesting what these nations are doing and their beliefs in these things. It's like they're all preparing for their Messiah to come, which we know Lucifer will represent the Islam Imam, the Jesus for the rapture believers, the, Jewish Messiah. He will be all these things to all these people. Now, I don't think this will carry on to 2030. As signs in the Bible are pointing, we're in those times. Lucifer is nigh. That is just the truth. So anyways, leave your comments below. Like this video, subscribe, and tell me what you think on this. Let's talk about it. Let's not hate. Let's not, get into having anybody's britches in a bunch. Let's just talk about this. What do you think? All right. This is your girl, El Shaddai, with the news as it happens. You know what I'm going to say. I'm out.